I didn't find out my partner's past all at once. It started with a detail that shouldn't have mattered, something small enough to ignore, but it never stopped bothering me. That's what still scares me now. For a long time, our life felt safe, ordinary in the best way. We had routines, shared jokes, quiet evenings that didn't need explaining. I trusted that calm. I trusted her inside it. I trusted the way nothing demanded my attention. Nothing felt wrong. That's the part people never believe. The first crack wasn't a secret. It was a pause. Someone asked her a harmless question about her early 20s, and she hesitated just a second too long. Then she laughed it off, blaming bad memory, blaming time. I told myself everyone forgets things. I forgot it too. Or I tried, forcing it into the background. After that, there were tiny mismatches, dates that didn't line up, places that shifted slightly depending on when she told the story, stories that ended sooner than expected, as if trimmed. Nothing concrete, nothing worth a fight. Just a faint sense that I was missing a page from a book I'd already read. I hated that feeling, so I explained it away. I told myself I was projecting. That comfort had made me paranoid. That stability creates imaginary threats when life gets quiet. Love does that, right? The uneasy moment came on a random night. We were watching TV, barely paying attention, half tired. Her phone lit up with a name I didn't recognize. She noticed my glance and turned the screen down. Too quickly, too carefully. She smiled right after, like she'd practiced it. I said nothing. I always said nothing. I chose trust over curiosity because curiosity felt like betrayal. I convinced myself that wanting answers was worse than not having them, that silence was maturity, that patience was love. But patterns repeat when you don't look at them. The same name appeared again weeks later. Her explanations changed slightly each time. The tone shifted, defensive, then gentle, then tired. Each version sounded reasonable on its own. She started compensating. More affection, more reassurance. Long talks about our future that arrived unprompted. Plans layered on plans. It should have comforted me. Instead, it felt like noise filling a space that used to be quiet. I didn't want the truth. I wanted the feeling to stop. Eventually, the need to know outweighed the guilt. I searched without enthusiasm, without excitement. Just a quiet, exhausted curiosity. I found traces first, old accounts, comments frozen in time, a version of her that didn't mention me or anyone like me, a version that spoke in a different voice. When I asked, she gave me a partial truth, a chapter she said she'd closed, a relationship she claimed meant nothing now. She explained why she'd never brought it up. Fear, shame, self-protection. It explained some things, not all. The full discovery didn't come from her. It came from context, from connecting details that had been carefully separated. She hadn't just hidden someone. She had hidden a life. Years of choices that contradicted the person I loved. Commitments she said never mattered, but clearly shaped her. The shock wasn't loud. It was dull. Like my body forgot how to react. I remember nodding while my thoughts drifted away from me. I remember focusing on small things, like the sound of my breathing, just to stay present. Our confrontation was messy and unfinished. She spoke in fragments. I listened in silence. She said she was the same person. I realized I didn't know who that was anymore. Neither of us knew where the line between past and present actually was. After that, memories betrayed me. Every moment rewrote itself. Every laugh replayed with doubt underneath. Trips, promises, even arguments shifted meaning. Trust didn't break. It dissolved slowly, quietly, without a sound. Now we exist near each other, careful and distant. Conversations stay shallow. Touch feels optional. Nothing exploded. Nothing healed. I learned that love without truth doesn't end cleanly. It just stays, reshaped, heavy, and impossible to put down. People ask why I didn't leave immediately. I don't have a dramatic answer. Leaving would have required certainty, and certainty was the one thing I lost. Some days I miss her. Other days, I miss who I thought she was. Those aren't the same. I replay conversations looking for signs I missed. Sometimes I find them. Sometimes I invent them. The past feels unstable now, like it changes depending on how closely I stare at it. That might be the hardest part. She apologizes in ways that sound sincere. I believe her emotions, even when I don't believe her words. She says the past is dead. I feel it breathing between us. Trust didn't disappear in one moment. It thinned, became fragile, something I handle carefully, like glass I'm not sure I want to keep. I still wake up beside her sometimes and feel calm for a few seconds. Then memory returns. The knowledge settles back into place. I don't know if love can survive that, but I know it changes forever. I didn't lose my relationship all at once either. It happened the same way I found the truth. Slowly, quietly. And now with what knowing costs. Sometimes I imagine what would have happened if I had never noticed that first pause. If I had laughed with everyone else and moved on. Would we be happier? Or just quieter? There's a version of my life where nothing shattered, because nothing was examined. I don't know if that version is braver or weaker. I only know I can't return to it. She says she wanted to be better with me than she had been before. I believe that. Wanting something doesn't erase what came first. It just builds on top of it. I carry two images of her now. The woman who made coffee for me in the mornings, and the woman who lived an entire life I wasn't invited into. They occupy the same space. I don't know how to separate them. I used to think love was about knowing someone deeply. Now I wonder if it's about choosing how much not knowing you can survive. Some nights, I lie awake and feel nothing at all. Other nights, the weight of it presses down on my chest. Both feel permanent. I didn't uncover a secret. I uncovered a distance I can't cross. And the hardest part is accepting that even now, even after everything, I may still never know her completely. There is no clean ending waiting for me. No moment where this turns into a lesson or a warning I can pass on. It just exists, heavy and unresolved. When I look back at photos, I see someone smiling without effort. I don't know if that person was naive or simply unaware. I miss them more than I miss her. She asks me what I need. I don't know how to explain that what I needed was honesty before love made roots. Now everything is tangled. I've learned that secrets don't stay in the past. They wait. They age. And when they surface, they don't arrive alone. They bring doubt with them. And doubt doesn't leave. I live with that now. Quietly. Every day. I don't know if we're ending or slowly becoming something else. A softer, sadder version of us. Some mornings, I think I can accept it. Other mornings, I feel like a guest in my own life. I catch myself measuring words, watching reactions, waiting for inconsistencies. I hate that this is who I've become. Suspicion feels like a second job. She notices? Of course she does. We orbit the truth without touching it, afraid that one wrong sentence will collapse what's left. Love didn't save us. It complicated everything. And I'm left wondering whether knowing the truth was worth the cost, even though I know I'd never choose ignorance again. There are moments when I almost forgive everything, when her voice sounds familiar enough to relax me. Then I remember that forgiveness doesn't restore what was built on absence. I don't tell friends the full story. Saying it out loud makes it heavier. So I keep it contained, like something fragile. This isn't about blame anymore. It's about distance. about realizing intimacy depends on truth, the way lungs depend on air. I breathe carefully now, and some nights that feels like survival. Other nights, it feels like giving up. I thought knowing someone meant safety. I was wrong. Knowing someone means accepting how little control you ever had. The future feels smaller now, narrowed by caution. I don't plan far ahead. I don't promise easily. Whatever happens next won't be dramatic. It will be quiet, like everything else. And maybe that's how this truly ends. Not with a goodbye, but with the understanding that some truths arrive too late to save what they reveal. I live between remembering and pretending, between staying and leaving, between love and knowledge. Nothing resolves. It just continues. That's the part no one warns you about. The truth doesn't always set you free. Sometimes it just stays. I wish I could say I'm stronger for it. I'm not sure. I'm different. Quieter inside. And every time I look at her, I see both the person I chose and the person I never knew I was choosing. That's something I'll carry, whether I stay or not. Some knowledge doesn't demand action. It demands endurance. I didn't lose her in a single moment. I lost certainty, and I'm still learning how to live without it. There is no final answer coming, only time. And time doesn't explain. It just moves. I sit with that now, every day. Nothing else to add, nothing else to fix. This is what remains, and it will have to be enough, even if it never feels like it. That's the truth I live with. Nothing more, nothing less. Just this, and me. Still here, still knowing, still feeling, still unsure, still living. With it. Every day. No end, just now, and then, again, and again, until there isn't anything else left to say, or know, or feel about it. Anymore, at all. Here, now, this moment is enough. For now, I think. Maybe not. End.